This is probably one of the dumbest side hustles anyone can ever do, ever to make money, period. Like, don't do this. So, substitute teacher couple busted for prostitution to make extra money or they'll starve after cops pull off an undercover operation. Which, by the way, the fact that you have substitute teachers being in a school setting when they're also being prostitutes, that ain't a good sign. Like, you can't really have prostitute teachers working in a school. That seems pretty crazy. So, to Tennessee, which is super crazy, right? Because Tennessee is a super right leaning state. And to have these individuals like working there in a school setting is kind of crazy. So, two Tennessee elementary substitute teachers, who are also a couple, were cited for prostitution after police completed an undercover operation. With again, like them repeating this, one saying they did it for extra money for several years or they'd starve. Which, I mean, depending on the state, like your pay could definitely like vary a lot. I guess as like a teacher. I mean, also you're a substitute teacher, so you're probably not making like a crazy amount of money. But two substitute teachers in the same household, you're probably actually making good money, but you're just constantly spending all of your money, is what I'm thinking. Because there's actually a lot of teachers that will end up retiring a millionaire, mainly due to like their pension, retirement, school retirement, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, as long as you're not just like dumb with your money as a teacher, yeah, you're not making that much money, but you can definitely live a good life and also still retire very wealthy. As long as you're not like, going out every night or every weekend. So Urza Fry, 22, and David, I could have sworn this said avocado, Acevedo, 25, who both work in Hamilton County schools, were caught in August. Police began the undercover sting when one officer reached out to Fry on an illicit prostitution website, posing as a John looking to set up a sexual encounter, according to WTVC citing a police report. Fry, who uses they them pronouns, responded by saying it would cost 150 and sharing what they would and wouldn't do. Interesting. During the exchange, Fry allegedly told the undercover cop they usually go to the client's house but insisted it was safer to do it at their home because their husband would be present and it was the John's first time. Yeah, it kind of sounds like they've been doing this for a very long time. They just said that they did this for years, but like, dear lord. Fry then led the officer to a back bedroom and took his money before the cop identified himself and detained the couple. Can you imagine, like, being one of those, like, individuals, like, being one of the couple, and, like, you're about to, like, work a John for some extra money, and then, oh, yeah, you're a cop. The person's a cop. You know, you'd think as like teachers, well, I mean substitute teachers, that they would be like slightly a little bit smarter than that. And again, like there's better ways to make money, right? You could tutor people to make some extra money if you're a substitute teacher. You could actually get a full-time teaching job to make more money, right? Like going down the route of prostitution is one, quick money, but not necessarily easy money because you could catch a disease, you could obviously get arrested, you could get charged, etc. So it's not really worth it. Even though you can make like good money fast, it's not actually great money because of the risk involved, right? Where like depending on like what you're a teacher of or for, you could make who knows like 20, 30, $50 an hour depending on what you're tutoring. If you get into like I think the whole like SAT, ACT stuff, you could probably make almost like $100 per hour depending on the location or if you're willing to go to some places some person's house. So I mean, it's pretty much the equivalent of prostitution without having to catch a disease or go to jail. So Fry and Aceveda both made statements during and after the search to include both stating that they have to do this or they will starve, according to the report. But to be honest, as just like a side note, I don't think that they're going to starve anytime soon. Just saying. Let's see. Both parties advise officers that they are special education teachers at Woodmore Elementary and Calvin Donaldson Elementary. During an encounter with an officer, Fry stated, "I don't care. Everyone has seen my private parts," the report added. What? What? Who the hell even says that as like a response? And why the hell is everyone seeing your private parts? Do you got like some like OF thing? And if you got like an OF thing, why the hell are you a teacher for elementary kids? Police also discovered a large amount of drug paraphernalia and a 22 caliber rifle after searching the home. Yeah, see, the reason why they got no money and that they're going to have to, I don't know, suck something for money, right, is because they keep spending money on drugs, you know? So instead of putting your money into drugs, maybe you could save some money for like an emergency fund, put some money into like retirement so you don't retire poor, you know, things that would like allow you to not go down the route of prostitution where you're not going to have to like bend over a table and spread your cheeks for a john, like for just like a small amount of money, because like in the grand scheme of things like $150 is not that much money. So you should really like take a step back and like look at yourself as like, wow, is this where my life has led to, where I am selling my cheeks for 150. Fry and Aceveda received several misdemeanor citations, including for unlawful drug paraphernalia, prostitution or promoting prostitution, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Fry, who is employed by Education Management and Staffing Solutions, ESS, a company that sends staff to school districts, has not worked in Hamilton County School since August, a spokesperson for the school district told WTVC. Well, I mean, like, yeah, you gotta think about it. Like, why would a school district want basically prostitutes as teachers? Like, of course you're not going to want that inside like a school setting, especially for kids. Like, what are you doing? So Fry's Instagram bio lists them as rabid queer, gender anarchist, college dropout, while Acevedo's account, which is private, lists him as a trans disabled queer Puerto Rican ex-ed teacher. Man, you know, sometimes you gotta like look at life and see that life is sometimes stranger than fiction, because would you ever think of like seeing a situation where you have these two individuals end up getting arrested for prostitution while at the same time being substitute teachers for kids? Very odd mix. So while working in an elementary school in the Hamilton County system, Fry was under fire this year when she was reportedly subjected to claims of being a transgender female, so basically a guy, I believe. That's the way it works. The claims arose after a photo of them standing in a school hallway, wearing a dress and dyed pink hair, made the rounds on social media. So, let's see. So this is a male substitute teacher at East Ridge Elementary today. Pray for this individual that they find the help they need, but making the kids call you miss and letting this individual into school to lead children is not acceptable, Hamilton County. Yeah, and like, I find it odd that this was actually allowed in Tennessee, which again is a very right-leaning state, right? You could do a lot of things in Tennessee, but definitely I'm shocked to see this, right? Because, dear Lord, like this is something that I would not expect to see in Tennessee, to say the least. The person says, I'm a non binary person and I keep my gender out of my job. Fry told the Chattanooga Times in April. Obviously, this whole thing has blown up because people think I am. ESS told Fry the day after the April incident that a request was sent asking them to not return to that school. Yeah. Like, this would just make probably so many parents be like, I feel completely uncomfortable with my tiny kid going to a school where a guy thinks that he's a girl, right? Like, I mean, like, this is elementary school, right? It's a very odd thing. And by the way, they're prostitutes. So, I'd be shocked if they ever work in a school again. Like, shocked. But who the hell knows? Weirder things have happened. Feel free to give your thoughts about this. It's just like, again, if you are someone who is truly like struggling for money, do not go down the route of spreading your cheeks to sell your body for some extra cash. Do not do that. Again, you could catch a disease, etc., which could be super expensive depending on what it is, or you might have it for the rest of your life. Two, you could get arrested, right? Three, again, highly illegal. Four, well, I mean, I guess that depends on the state, whether it's highly illegal or not. But four, there are just easier, better routes to make money, right? And here's the thing, like, let's say that you want to like make money doing something of that adult nature. You could probably, I don't know, like make money by creating a video and putting it on the hub, the corn on the cob hub. Like I don't want to say it because YouTube, whatever. But I'm pretty certain people make money similar to how people make money on like YouTube, for example, where the more people that watch that video that you make, over time, you'll get more money based off people watching it, also if they're members, etc., that kind of stuff, right? Or you could do the whole OF thing, so if that's the case, you could do that too. But it's like, there are routes to make money that are not illegal in this nature. Like, and the thing is, I mean, like 150 bucks, yeah, that could add up to actually a decent amount of money, right? So, for example, let's say they did this every night, because they could technically do this every night. So, $150 times, if they only did this once per day, which, as a prostitute seems kind of low, but let's say like $150 per day, 7 days a week. So, times 7 would be $1,050 per week times 4 weeks equals $4,200 per month times 12 months would equal $50,400 by just doing this once per day every day, right? Which they could easily do. Now, in a lot of cases, I don't think these people of the night only do this once per night. So I'm going to assume probably it's more like 2 or 3 times a day. So let's do like 3 times, right? So that'd be like $150,000 plus per year in this side hustle, which, yeah, a lot of money. Yeah, no taxes on it because it's illegal the way that they're doing it. But is it really worth it? Is $150,000 worth you losing your actual job, your legal jobs, right? 2, getting charged with crimes. 3, being known as a prostitute when you're a teacher. Like, that just seems kind of crazy to me. It's like, I don't see how the reward was worth the risk unless they just got off of like spurting their cheeks for money, which might be the case, but I don't know. To me, it just seems like crazy. Like, I don't understand the line of thinking, right? Like, I would understand, like, going down the route of being like a stripper more than this because you can make a whole bunch of money as a stripper legally without having to do anything for another person or to another person or let them do anything to you. Like, you could, like, be hands off on that. I mean, I've seen videos where strippers talked about how much money they were making. And this one stripper was talking about how she was like making like 3 grand in like a single night or something like that. I was like, dear Lord, right? Like you're making crazy amounts of money. Now that's not like every single day because you got some like desperate dudes that go there kind of stuff. But I mean, even if you're a guy and you do like stripping, if you go to like a club or something, you could probably still make a good amount of money doing it that way and be legal. So I don't know. I just don't understand like why you think the answer is an illegal side job when there's just so many legal side jobs that you could do for good money. Like it just doesn't make any amount of sense to me, like at all.